27 News, WKOW. Here's what's happening right now.
Hurricane Harvey has local volunteers stepping up to help out. The good news on the storm tonight and why the volunteers are heading straight into the disaster zone. And a special parade today is spreading a message of peace, not violence in Madison.
We've got you covered. This is 27 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Cleasy. Tonight, people in southern Texas are still riding out the remainder of a devastating storm. Hurricane Harvey made landfall last night with more than 130-mile-per-hour winds. The president declared it a disaster before it was even over.
What the presidential proclamation about our disaster declaration does is it immediately triggers the implementation of FEMA. And FEMA's assistance for individuals as well as cities and counties, for all of us to begin the rebuilding process as quickly as possible.
The Corpus Christi area was hardest hit, where the eye of the storm made landfall. Harvey has now been downgraded to a tropical storm, but experts are still worried about severe flooding. We have a live look for you tonight at the seawall in Galveston. You can see it's still looking pretty gray and windy, but it is looking better than it did last night. Now, overnight, the storm made landfall, dropping 14 inches of rain in some areas. This is video here of Houston. While the storm has died down, it is not over. Tonight, our Catherine Larson tells us 30 southern Wisconsin Red Cross volunteers are traveling more than 1,000 miles to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey.
Jen, these dedicated disaster relief teams make it their mission, driving straight into the disaster zone, all to help those impacted by the hurricane. Stepping up to the challenge.
Anticipating a lot of water.
And a whole lot of driving.
It's about 1,200 miles, and we're good to go. Your response time is critical to the people who are waiting for you to help them.
So this Lake Mills grandma.
She doesn't need Grandma so much anymore, so Grandma's off on her own doing something that is real important.
And that's driving down to Texas.
This is my first hurricane.
Not that it scares Gene Stolzmark.
Bye. This is either my 11th or 12th one, so I've done a few.
Done a few disasters.
We care about the people. We care about helping.
And that means bringing supplies to shut down communities.
That's critical, because right now you just don't know what's drinkable or not. We just loaded a couple cases of water in there. Because
Wisconsin's Red Cross COO knows time is of the essence.
And get set up so we can provide support.
Gee whiz, you hear the reports on the news that say 30 to 40 inches of rain, and it sounds like we do need Moses to come and help us out. But don't be afraid.
As Red Cross disaster relief volunteers say their final goodbyes, it's estimated that it will take about 2 days to make it down to Corpus Christi.
You want to just be very, very careful and get there safely.
Because the Red Cross is on its way.
It's exciting. Your adrenaline starts to run. And you just do what needs to be done.
Catherine Larson, 27 News. These Red Cross crews are dedicated. They are expected to be gone from anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks.
All right, thank you, Catherine. The local chapter of the Red Cross is also sending food, water, and cleanup kits to the impacted areas.